Hey, gang, Mark Pfeiffer, Mortgage Mark. Let's talk about this week's kind of news, if you will. Got some, I think, some pretty cool stuff here. So first and foremost, let's talk about the housing rates. They've been moving sideways, as you guys can see, for weeks. But here's the important part. If you're thinking about doing something, now's the time. We've turned to a locking bias this week, as you can see, we're starting to lose a little footing. We're now coming below this resistance level. So we're starting to lock everybody up and have been for the last 2 or 3 days. So if you're thinking about refinancing or know somebody who is, I would absolutely recommend they reach out and chat with us before, rates come up to, and again, down is good, good is, good is bad. So red is bad. Just going down is bad. So rates are getting, they're still the same, but man, they're starting to lose a little bit of footing. And part of that's just because, check it out, the Fed, they keep buying less and less every single week. So if they're the only buyer and they're buying less and less billions of dollars every week, that's why rates are slipping. I thought this was fascinating. Check this chart out. This is how many people are refinance candidates at individual rates. So rates around 3.5%. There's 10.8 million of you out there. We're not going to try to refinance all 10.8 million of you, but we can certainly like to get our fair share. So if you guys know somebody, let us know. But check this out. There's still millions, literally 20, 30 million people that are sitting in here where refinances are opportunities. And obviously these guys are. I mean, come on, I don't know where these people are living, but let's refinance if you got a 5.5% rate out there. What I found interesting is purchase market's been doing well year over year for the last decade. You guys can see the purchase markets come up. There's been more and more loans made. So unlike the housing bubble back in the day, where they're just ran out of homeowners, too many houses, not enough homeowners, they still can't build houses fast enough because it keeps going up. And you can see the refis, the blue, lots of refis going on. It's not COVID. It's a lot. It's impressive in a bad way. And long story short, it could just mean you could have as many as 1 million Americans dead, even with a mortality rate of 1 to 2%. So, we are literally in the United States, 33% of the world's cases. And remember, we're not the most populous country or continent in the world. So the fact that we are leading it with a third is no bueno. Unemployment rate, it's still going up, could hit 16%. Consumer or credit card spending down 25%. Makes sense, I guess, just because we're all stuck at home, you can't go out to eat. But it is kind of amazing. This made me think, you're telling me, U.S. consumers can literally a quarter of what they normally spend on their credit cards is suddenly something they can just not do. So when you talk about people not having any money or budget issues or things like that, some of it can just be we need to be a little more responsible. I thought this was interesting. The peso is hurting so bad that folks that are workers from Mexico living here, they're starting to send even more money home because the peso is just getting beat up so bad. Let's see, copper and gold. I like coins. If you know me well enough to know I got a couple of coins. I told Caroline as soon as the coin store opens, I'm gonna go sell some gold. It's been on the run, and I'm gonna go sell some of my gold coins and hopefully pay for some of the other ones I bought. The manufacturing, as far as what the U.S. is doing from an output standpoint, it's the worst and lowest since 2002. So, or 2002, World War II. So it just kind of puts you in the perspective that we're doing about as much stuff now as we were post World War II. This one kind of, unfortunately, it's mind blowing. 84% of small U.S. companies, they're basically paying less than 50% of their rent in May. And check this out. It makes sense. Here's the people who are not paying their rent, the percentage of the companies. It makes sense. Hotel and lodging, they're not paying their bills right now. Massages, chiropractors, spas. But look who is. The HVAC or the home maintenance. We're all stuck at home, so we're probably all paying the contractors to come out and make our home a little better. And real estate folks, they're paying their bills too. Good for them. Surprisingly, restaurants and bars paying their bills. Good for them. They've been closed. Events, if you guys want, we have a economist coming out to speak. You guys can join us. Just go to mortgagemark.com/events. It's happening on Friday, May 15th. Go to mortgagemark.com/events if you want to hear an economist sit there and tell you about all these kinds of fun facts. A couple miscellaneous things. If you guys see somebody out and about, not wearing a mask and just hanging out and not, complying with stay-at-home orders, chances are you got a 50% chance it's a Republican. I found this fascinating. Democrats, 76% of them are going to comply with the stay-at-home orders. Republicans, it's a coin toss. It's 47%. I just think that's fascinating. Fake news. This one, the terrible twos. I was talking to a guy that he actually sent this to me. His 2-year-old is being a jerk, and that happens. Well, check it out. It's not until age 3, basically, that kids develop shame, pride, guilt, contempt. They get a little shame if they've done something wrong or feel guilty. So maybe that's why it's the terrible twos. But check it out, dog development. Like your 2.5-year-old is basically as developed as a dog. That's the funny part. My wife came in and told me she squealed when she learned that nail salons and all that and gyms are opening up this week, and then next week I think is gyms. And then this last one, the last story, a 5-year-old, which my 5-year-old can't even reach the pedals to a car, but this 5-year-old boy was on that freaking highway, and I read the full article. His brother was babysitting, and I guess his brother was taking a nap. And so the brother took a nap. The little kid wanted to go like buy a Lamborghini, so he stole the family's car. It was found on the highway, and the cop thought it was some sort of like drunk driver and pulled him over. And as a 5-year-old, look, at some point you just got to give the kid mad props for actually like doing that. So, having said that, guys, thanks as always for watching. Have a great day.